messed up. We're on day 6. Day 6. I don't know that I can fix it. We'll see. Hello. Hello, hello. It's Wednesday. Day 6, because I already have 5 completed. There are 5 completed. We are on day 6. I made a mistake. So we'll see if I can find myself here while anyone starts popping in. It was, I think my tripod is slowly losing everyone. Do I feel like I'm shrinking down? Oh, that's funny. I can see it going down. I better stop it. I don't know which one does it. Oh, that's the wrong way. And I better put something heavy on there. One moment. Can of paint. If all else fails and you need something heavy, use a gallon of paint. Quart of paint. That's what it is, a quart of paint. Still falling. Oh, someday we'll get this. We got 12 days to get this right, but this new stand of mine is not going well. We're gonna see if I can find myself on here to see what all you see. Last week, the table that I'm painting on is a little on the wobbly side, so my camera was a little shaky and I didn't like it. So I set it up differently tonight. Hopefully we don't have that shake going on. We're going to paint poinsettias tonight. I didn't spell that in the description because really slowly. Oh, maybe that's the problem. I didn't say that in the description tonight because I didn't know how to spell it. I didn't know how to spell it. So anyway, Bobby, thank you very much for the 100 stars. We are on day 6. We have a mushroom. We have a snowman. We have a little white church. We have a cardinal and some holly. And now today we will have a poinsettia in our ornaments that you could win. So anyone who gives 100 stars can be entered into a drawing for all 12 ornaments. I'll send them all to you. It's Thursday. Kath. Wilson's not with me tonight. He is in the house. But he'll be joining us about 20 after 7. So if you're still with me at 20 after 7, I'll let him know that you said hi. It's just after 11:30 a.m. Thursday in Australia. It's Wednesday here, Kath. Still Wednesday. Hey, Judy. Thank you for the stars, Bobby. So again, anyone who sends 100 stars will be entered into a drawing to win all 12 ornaments that I hand painted on these lives. Like, I'm not even using these. I am actually using one that we painted together. So that's kind of fun. I have 4 of them. this is a whole different process than what we have done recently. I can't wait till y'all see how I do these. It is a bit ridiculous how I go ahead and do these. Hopefully my camera is going to be in the right position to do this. So let's try and make this bigger. Not like that. Do that. I think we're getting somewhere. Thanks, Kath. Your hair looks really pretty tonight. Thank you. Thanks so much. It is, I had like a really, I'm losing my camera. I had like a really stressful day at work today. Like really stressful. Yesterday was my ISO audit. So anyone who knows quality, you're gonna know what an ISO audit is. So I had my ISO audit yesterday and I'm the quality manager. So it's my day. It's my day to be audited. And we had 0 findings and 0 observations. I've never done that. In all 15 years, I have never had a clean slate for both of them. I've had 0 findings this whole time, but I've never had 0 observations. So that was really cool. That was way cool, but then we are moving. So we're moving from our existing building into a different building, which is about a mile away. And so yesterday, audit got done at about 5 o'clock last night, and bam! We're moving into the new building today. So it was a little stressful. I need to get about all those approvals done for all the parts as soon as they run in the new building. And yeah, so today was the start of Connie's dress. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Bobby. It was quite the accomplishment. I don't do it alone. I definitely have a great team of people, and the people that I work with are amazing. Everyone takes it very seriously. I lead them, but I cannot make them drink. I cannot make them follow their procedures, but I lead them to their procedures and ask them, pretty please, will you please just do this for me? All right, I have to tighten this thing back up again. This tripod was recommended by a couple people. I'm not gonna say ever that I would recommend this tripod. Thank you, Kath. All right, I'm gonna point you down as long as I'm messing around with this thing. I'm gonna point you down and we're gonna get to it here. I gotta flip you over. Hang on. I know you're looking at me kind of close. Hopefully you like me. Okay. Let's see. I have to try and get you at a different angle. One moment. I'm gonna spin you this way first. Let's spin you that way. And then we're gonna spin you back around this way and this way. I think we got it. Okay. Shoo! I hope you didn't get dizzy. All right, so we're gonna try not to move close and upside down. Yeah, Kathy, we're doing this close and upside down, but I don't think it's upside down. I gotta put something here that It's not gonna see. Is it upside down? No, I think you're right. Yep. Yep, we're good. Okay. So I painted these ornament rounds. I painted them with the new Painterly paint. I have to find out which one it is. The Elixir Electra. Okay, thank you, Judy. Extra Electra. So I painted it with this Painterly paint and a little vintage linen. They're pretty blue. I like them. These were painted with, if you don't have the Painterly paint, these were painted with Hey Sailor or Bohemian Blue. It might have been Bohemian Blue. I bet it was Bohemian Blue and white linen. So that's what the background is. I usually tell you what color to paint the background, and I didn't. Like I said, I had a busy week at work, so I didn't get to tell you. But just paint the background any type of blue. You're not gonna see much of it, obviously. I mean, only a little bit is sticking out, so you're gonna cover most of it up. So I went ahead and used Extra Electra. And we need paper toweling under this one because this process is kind of funky. We're gonna use some aviary. I'm gonna put it out on my plate. I did these so long ago that I hope I remember how to do them yet. It was such a fun process. You're gonna use paint and a lot of water. Love that blue paint. That is Painterly. That is the new Painterly paint. Kath, you probably can't order. I think you in Australia there. I don't think you have a DIY retailer in Australia. All right. I have my Filbert number 10. It's from Artist Loft. And it is a pretty wide brush. But these are so loose, these poinsettias are so loose that you can get away with using a really big brush. So we're gonna use a lot of water. I'm gonna spray this entire thing, getting it really soppy wet with water. And then I'm gonna use my green paint and make some leaf-like patterns in here. So it's kind of like watercoloring on the backside. And then a little bit of that vintage linen. You can probably finally see it now. All right, isn't that fun? You all can do this. Don't tell me you can't do it, because that is a lot of fun. We're gonna do one more. Actually, we're gonna do 3 more. I spray it a lot of water. Like it is drippy wet, drippy wet. Then I go in with the green, the aviary, and just let that water take it wherever it wants to take it. And a little vintage linen. You don't have to be real precise because these are just leaves back there. And if you pick it up, you can kind of let it slide around if you want, or you can let it dry exactly where it is. Two more. A leaf shape on that back side. Doesn't matter how it looks, we're covering it up anyway. All right. Oh, Kathy Anderson of Color Me Rust and Roses is my retailer here in Australia. I'll ask her. Yeah, ask her if she has the Painterly paints. I'm not sure if they had them for Australian retailer or not. But I just got mine last night. Oh my gosh. So amazing. We're gonna go ahead and dry this because these are really super, super wet. Try and get you a better view. You wanna make sure you don't fly these things around because you'll have a sloppy mess. So you wanna go right over the top and make sure you dry all that sloppiness right down into that ornament. If you push it around with the heat, it's okay. Doesn't look like much, does it? So if anyone gives 200 stars, they are entered to win all 12 ornaments. I will send them out. They make like little flying saucers. I will send them out after all 12 lives are done. This week we are doing day 6 and day 7. Tomorrow night is day 7 at 6:30. And we are over halfway done then. You want to make sure all of this is dry. And you're going to probably ask yourself, why did you make sure it's all dry when I'm just going to go ahead and get it wet again anyway? But it's all in the process. All right, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I don't want any green in my brush. We're gonna use that same number 10 filbert, and we're gonna get some marquee red. Marquee red. Oh, you know what? I forgot to sketch this. I don't know that I could sketch it. I might not be able to sketch this one. So we're gonna skip that part. So we need marquee red, and we're gonna use a little bit of that vintage linen. just a teeny tiny bit. All right, so the bottom part of the poinsettias, I feel like I'm losing again. Oh, that makes me angry. So the bottom part of this poinsettia is all those leaves underneath there, all those petals underneath there. We're gonna make those first. So don't look at the small little petals on the top, look at the big ones on the bottom. So that's what we're gonna make right now, is we're gonna make those big petals. And we're gonna do them with that same process. You make sure your holes are at the top, and we're gonna wet it. Then we're gonna go in with that brush and some marquee. And then these are gonna be a little bit more planned. So we don't want, obviously, 4. We want it to be more like a starfish, if you will. Right, like that. Looks like a starfish, right? We're gonna go onto this one and do that same thing. This one had more water, so it's bleeding all over, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. Doesn't have to be a perfect starfish, just can be a star. Then we're going to use a little bit of that vintage linen. And make a small highlight on there, not too much. These go really quick. And they're so loose that anything goes. All right, 2 starfish done, 2 red starfish done. We're gonna make 2 more starfish. Where your leaves are, I try and go opposite of where those are. Like I left leaf there and I left leaf there, so I can see them behind the starfish. So if you haven't, sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Oh, Diane, you're just fine. The leaves were the same process. I put water down on the ornaments, and then I went over with aviary, same type of thing. I'm letting the water take over. It's really saturated with water, and the water's just kind of running everywhere. It's making a messy, watery color look. And then I'm gonna go in with a little white, not getting too carried away, because you want to make sure that your next pile of petals that you put on here is going to be able to be seen.
But you also need a little bit of a contrast on these. They can't just be solid red. Okay, 2 more starfish. Done.
I'm losing you again. I really don't know how much tighter I can get them. All right, we're gonna dry these. My heater's running. We had 2 really, really cold days, very cold. And now it warmed up today. Today was much better. They were brutal on Monday and Tuesday. We are not ready for that type of weather. All right, you're gonna dry all that sloppy water. This one is running around the perimeter of the ornament. That's perfectly fine. Chase it around and dry it up. These might not look like much. They're gonna turn out like this. I promise. You just keep going. They're like the ugly teenager. Like teenagers get to a point in their life where they're not feeling so pretty, and then all of a sudden they bloom into a very pretty young lady. So that's what these are. They'll get there. This one's really got some nice bleeding going on. See how it's all bleeding like clouds? That's cool. I like that. And then this one right here has got some really nice shadow and highlight area. That's gonna be really good for when we go and do some outlining of these. So this is a really good example of that. And even this one's got a really good example of how we're gonna make that have a highlight and a low light later on. All right, we're gonna do the center of the flower now. So I'm still sticking with that same number 10 brush. And I'm gonna mix some white in with my marquee and make it a lot lighter. And then I think I even want some petticoat pink. So I'm gonna grab some petticoat pink and put that on my paint palette also. I like petticoat pink and marquee together. Okay, so I have marquee mixed with vintage linen, and then I have a little bit of petticoat pink. Same process, make it wet. Hey Jan, thanks for the stars. You are entered into the drawing for 12 ornaments. Okay, so we made the starfish. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna concentrate a little bit more on just some smaller petals. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover up all the gaps. Wherever there's a gap, that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna cover that up. But now that's way too perfect.
way too perfect. So we're gonna add a couple of random bits and pieces in there, random petals, and make it look not so perfect. Then I'm gonna go in with some petticoat pink. It looks like that flower is exploding. And now just some straight marquee. All right, is anybody seeing this? Hello, Corinne. Okay, we're gonna let this one dry a little bit. We're gonna move on to this one. Squirt it solid water. That is covered in water. Now we're gonna go in between all of these outside petals with some really skinny petals. So we're holding our brush sideways versus the fat way. Okay? And then we don't want it to be quite so perfect, so we're gonna add a few more skinnier ones in a couple different locations. Petticoat pink. My brush is barely touching my ornament. It's just letting off a small amount of paint. And it's just really making a nice couple of little highlights there. So it kind of looks like fireworks right now. And then we're gonna go in with this one. We're gonna put some plain white in here. Some vintage linen. All right, we're leaving that one. It's gonna be a nice bright flower. We got two more. More water. Wipe off my white and my pink so I can go back in. We're gonna go in with that red mixture with a little bit of white mixed in and make that first layer. All right, who thinks they're gonna try this process? Thanks, Chan. It doesn't look like much yet. We're still the ugly little teenager. I shouldn't say ugly little teenager. We're the awkward little teenager. We're in our awkward teenage years. Now we're gonna bring out some petticoat pink. And really lighten that up. Okay, one more. That one got a little extra squirt of water, which is fine. Makes it a little bit more sloppy. This is really loose painting. If you haven't tried loose painting before, you're gonna really have a hard time with this one. Patricia, thank you. You'll watch again on replay? We are making poinsettias, very, very loose poinsettias. So we started out with the same process, making the leaves, and then making the 2 layers of petals that we have so far. It's still in the awkward teenage years yet, so it doesn't look like quite too much yet. Kind of reminds me of fireworks. That's what it reminds me of. All right, we're gonna go from here and we're gonna dry these. That blue background is really stunning. All right. We're gonna dry it a little on the slow side so I don't have them flying all over when they're soppy wet. Thank you for those stars. What 100 stars will get you is a chance to win my 12 ornaments. We are on day 6. So far we have, I'll put them over here. So far we have a cardinal, holly, little white church, a snowman, a mushroom, and now the poinsettia. Oh, Kathy, thank you for 100 stars. Thank you, thank you. Watching you paint is so relaxing. You made more cardinals, Bobby? Bobby sent me all of the ornaments that she has painted. Oh my gosh. It is the best compliment anybody could ever give me, because I didn't know if they were hers or mine. I'd swear they were my cardinals. And she also did, the only one I didn't see was the Little White Church. So she did all of them, and they seriously looked like my paintings. They are so good, Judy. I thought I did them. I'm like, Bobby, you didn't do those, I did. Can't wait for you to try these, Bobby, to see how well you like loose painting. Yeah, the snowman is good. It's so good. Bobby, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You really had me stumped. When you first sent me that, I don't remember where I was, but I was on my phone. And I'm like, huh. How'd she get a picture of my ornaments? Oh, she painted them. Like, that is the best compliment anybody could ever give me, is seeing my ornaments painted by someone else, as well as myself. All right, we're gonna go and do the center of the poinsettia now, and we have some queen bee. And I'm gonna put on my paint palette here. I have a smaller brush. And we're gonna make this all sloppy wet again. I'm making you cry. It's true. We're gonna do all 4 of them at the same time. I'm getting them all wet. Because once you start painting loose, you want to keep painting loose. So we're going to put some centers in here. That one I missed. So centers are going down. This is just some queen bee. Tapping my brush on there. Getting all that color in there. Then we're gonna go in with white while it's still wet and add those bits of highlight. So the white is not gonna stick in there because it's soppy wet in there. So it's just gonna kind of blend together. It can't stick too well when it's soppy wet. That's why this is really fun to paint with, because you can't get your paint to stick. It's not gonna stay there. You're dumbfounded. So cool, Roberta, you did good. Judy, you're right. She did do good. I'm so glad you tried it. I hope others have tried it too. I have gotten a couple others who have tried a few of them, but I didn't ever get anybody to try them all. So that was really fun. Giving that a little bit more of a spritz, trying to make that spread out a little bit. This one is the one that it's not spreading out like I'd like, so I'm gonna force it to a little bit. You want to be careful because otherwise you'll have mud. Okay, that's it for the centers. Just some queen bee and some vintage linen. And we're gonna dry up those centers. Then we're gonna do the fun part where they're gonna start to look like flowers. When I'm pushing around a little bit of the yellow when I'm drying it, it's okay. Back off a little bit, let it dry a little bit on its own. Some of it going in, like this one's going in this direction, it's really fine. This one's going in that direction, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna force it off the ornament. Okay, little black dress. We are almost done. This is a really simple one. Okay, little black dress, and I need it to be a little on the sloppy side. A little runny. And then I am taking my liner brush, and I'm gonna go with this one first, because this one and this one, they're a little on the drier side. Okay, so you have to know where your front petals are. So I always do my front ones first. So I come in here and there's one petal. Just find the ones that you can find very easily. Some of these are really defined. Some of them, you gotta figure out, okay, how did I paint that again? Was that the bottom layer or was that the top layer? Some of these are stuck behind. See how I didn't finish that line because it's back behind that one? Same with this one. That petal is back behind that one. And this one, is right there. Now, where this highlight is, we're gonna make that look like that leaf is turned, or that petal is turned up like that. All right, then we're gonna find those back ones. Those nice, big, hefty petals back there. And then poinsettias have all these little circles in the middle. So we're gonna make all these little, wherever our little dabs of white were, we're gonna make these little circles. You wouldn't think that you did that while you were painting, right? But you did. And then the leaves have a little bit of an outline. If you can see any of your leaves, mine are kind of buried. Not much sticking out there. And then here's my ornament top. So my initial is gonna go right there. We're not done with it yet, but the line work is done on that one. All right. We have a couple more to go. I have a hair on this brush. Define those petals. Then we're defining those back ones. Where all of this loose painting happened. A couple of the leaves sticking out there. And some circles. This one, my white didn't really, couldn't really get it to grab hold because it must have been a little on the wet side. So we're gonna define the center by just scribbling some circles in here. Okay. We are not done yet. Weird. I'm going to do these two quite quickly without explaining what I'm doing so we can move on. I'm trying to go back and find the candles that you did 2 years ago on the 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, uh-huh. I forgot about that one, Bobby. Just joining, going to have to watch the replay. I really love these. Excellent. I do put these videos on YouTube also. YouTube is a little bit easier to find my videos if anybody wants to go ahead and watch over there. I put them on after the live is done, and I download it. So it's the exact same video. I don't take anything out. The only thing is on YouTube, so if you're following me on YouTube right now, you cannot send the stars. That is only on Facebook that you can send stars. The 100 stars for be entered into the giveaway. I should have figured out how to do some type of giveaway on YouTube as well. Someone give me some suggestions. If you're on YouTube, how should I do a giveaway with giving away 12 of the ornaments? Let me know. Drop me a line in the comments because I'd really like you to. I'd really like to give away, oops, I forgot my initials on the last one. I'd really like to give away a set for all of my YouTube watchers because I really do have a lot of YouTube watchers as well. And I appreciate them for joining me on YouTube. So you're just defining those wherever your petals are. So if you made a lot of petals or a few petals, however you want to define them. Some of the leaves can have a little tip to them. Like you can see the inside of them. We can even make some, so it looks like the inside of the petal. Oh, there's that hair again. Must be on my plate. So this is the center, and it's made up of just a bunch of circles. Well, I don't make perfect circles. I scribble some circles in here. It's kind of like my holly last night with the painterly paints. I just scribbled. I had leftover painterly paint and I didn't want to waste it, so I scribbled out a holly leaf and berries with that painterly paint, and ooh, did I like that. It was so pretty. All right. Y'all know we need to do some splatter. Oh, but first I want to bring in a little bit more of a highlight on some of these petals. So I'm just going in with some winter white linen. So I'm adding a little oomph. So here's this one with a little oomph versus that one. You see the difference there? We'll do the same thing to this one. We'll just add that little bit of white. So I'm kind of like dry brushing over the top. And then we have the splatter, and we are done. These are really fast. I should have painted one with Painterly tonight and seen how that went. All right, we need to do some splatter. Here is my deer with the Painterly paints. Oops, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. This is the right way. So he's got the Painterly paints on him. Oh my gosh, is he just the cutest thing ever. He was an old ugly deer that I got at the thrift store. Ugly old brown deer. A brown deer, not a John Deere, a brown deer. All right, a little splatter. And we're gonna do Little Black Dress splatter. Kind of on the heavy-ish side. I'm gonna reload. And then some of that white, I don't have much white in these little centers, so I'm gonna go back and define some of that a little bit. Okay. There we are. We're done. Did you use the same background color on the one you had as an example? No. This one right here, was my example, and that was either Hay Sailor or Bohemian Blue mixed with vintage linen. Hey Denise, thank you. You can certainly go ahead and watch the replay. Like I had stated before, I am streaming them, or not streaming them, downloading them to YouTube as well. So it's much easier to find on YouTube versus Facebook. And then you'll be able to watch the replay on there as well. Same live. I don't change anything. Now I'm gonna hopefully unscrew this and not mess it up. Upside down. Okay. That light is a stressor. So here's the poinsettia, a very, very messy poinsettia, very loose art. And the background on these is painted with Painterly, the extra electric. And this was my sample. It is painted with Hey Sailor or Bohemian Blue. I can't remember which one. So paint your loose poinsettias. They really are fun. I hope that you have a good time with them. Tomorrow night we are here and we are doing angels. Where did I put my angels? Oh, right under here. So we are painting angels. This one's a little bit easier than what we did tonight. They're really, really fun. They're cute. They're simple. And you'll have a lot of fun with these. We can probably add some painterly to these. These would look really good with painterly on them. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay? So give it a whirl, trying to paint a poinsettia very, very loose. Spray it with water. Let it get messy. The messier it is, the better it'll be. Okay, that's all I have for you tonight. I will see you again tomorrow, 6:30 on here. If you send 200 stars, which I think I must have missed, somebody sent in 99 stars and I didn't get to thank you. Judy, thank you, Judy, for those 99 stars. That 99 still enters you into the ornament drawing. So thank you so much. And I will be seeing you tomorrow night. If you want to catch the replay and it's hard to find it on Facebook, head on over to YouTube under The Painted Photographer, and they're really easy to find. So go ahead and watch me over there. And again, thank you so much. Until tomorrow night, happy painting.